debate, there is a succession of speeches to follow, as you will know, is, however, to be concluded by a speaker from London, for whom I hope you'll give an enthusiastic welcome, namely Victor Sarpong.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, London. Come on. An educated man once said, "A child educated only in school is an uneducated child." Why is this? It's simply because our schools do not teach us the sufficient life skills which we all need and use every day in life. Which is unfortunate, but it's fortunate that we as a Youth Parliament have recognized this. It's on our manifesto, and it is on the Make Your Mark ballot. It was the top issue this year, which nearly 1 million people voted on. And we have just discussed and debated the idea of a curriculum for life as our national campaign. In short, learning about matters that actually matter and not just for the exam. We know that finance matters, taxes matter, knowing how to actually get a job matters, knowing sex education matters, knowing culture in this country matters, and knowing what happens in here, in this very box, matters. The idea is to deal with the matter and challenge the fact that these things aren't being taught in schools, which everyone goes to. But in all things, we have to ask the questions to see whether this would be a successful campaign for us. See, we want to be taught these things in school about life, but I've found personally that life is such a good educator. It's such a good teacher. It's our experiences that nurture us and shape us as the people that we are today. But should it be up to us to learn these things? Or should it be up to the state that expects us to know these things to teach us these things? We also have to ask the question, who's teaching these life skills? If it's going to work, we need teachers to be educated in how to educate us with these life skills. However, would extra training be a burden for the teacher? And would it be a burden for us, already having so much to deal with in terms of exams and other things? We also have to consider the time that we have. I've noticed a theme this debate. I've noticed a lot of people don't think that we can do things in a year. But I believe that whether you achieve your goal or you make the smallest impact, I believe that we've still achieved something. No matter what we pick, I believe that this applies to this. And I believe things can be done in a year. People revise for their A-level exams in a year. The political climate of the UK and the USA changed a tremendous amount in under a year. So I believe change is possible in a year. It's whether we believe that we can achieve things in a year. It's whether we take the opportunity of the campaign. Because all of the things we're talking about here are important. NHS, voting at 16, all of these things are important. It's whether we should focus on one of these issues or focus on the education that we have. It's up to us. It's up to you guys. But at the end of the day, I know that we can all agree on this. Something is definitely wrong with our education system. The scrutinizing system puts things in us when the word education comes from the Greek word educe, which means to bring out. Education is supposed to bring things out of us. It's supposed to show us our worth. I am more than 2 train tickets. I'm more than that D or that A that I've got on exam day. But our education doesn't show us this. And that is for us to challenge. But we have to put this as a campaign if we want to do these things. We have to have this as a campaign if we want to make change in Youth Parliament. Is that something we can do? Should we recognize that all lives matter in this situation and all life skills should be taught to people? In 1 year, can we make meaningful steps to creating a curriculum that will prepare all young people for life? Thank you.